Welcome to the Discount Opinions podcast. My name is Mark. I'm joined by my co-host Stan, and today we cover the rise and fall of websites, the video game Gollum, and a regular staple on the channel, anime. Enjoy. Why do you think it is that Twitch is so good at shooting themselves in the foot?
Bro, I don't know. Money. It's the only answer. It makes all the changes that they're doing makes no sense. Cause I was I was thinking about, you know, streaming to them, and then this happened, right? And
Yeah.
I'm like, back to YouTube I go.
Right?
Speaking of that, and then amidst this crazy crap, did you see that YouTube cut all of the requirements by half?
I
Like
did
instead of
not.
1,000 subscribers, you need 500. Instead of 10 million views from shorts, you need 3 million.
I was not aware. Hold on.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? It may not have gone into effect yet, but that's exactly what happened. You need to have 3 uploads in the past 90 days, have 500 subscribers, and have 3,000 watch hours in the past year, or 3 million short views in the past 90 days.
3,000 watch hours in the past. Okay, that's okay. That's better than 4. Okay, yeah. Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not in effect yet, but it's fantastic.
Yeah, that's very fantastic. It's a lot more
Absolutely.
doable. It's a lot more
Yeah.
doable because 10 million seemed crazy. Like even if you went viral, like you may get like from a viral video, may like get like a couple 100,000.
I mean, if we're talking viral, a couple of million, but say you make one really good short, gets 2.5 million views, that's great. You're a fourth of the way there.
I mean,
And they don't reverse monetize.
they don't, but the problem is you have to have all three, or at least you have to have two out of the three
Yeah.
within 90 days. So the hard hurdle is the 500. So everyone who was like, "Ah, man, I got the 501, and then they changed it to this," and then it's like they're probably like thinking the cosmos that they're doing. I mean, they're only doing this realistically in response to what Twitch is doing, because it's like, where else is anyone going to go? Like, there is Kick, there is Rumble, there is I almost said Mixer.
That other
There
thing
is
that
Kick,
doesn't
there is
exist.
Rumble, there is Facebook, but Facebook is Facebook. So,
Yeah. Facebook is an extremely alive, dead platform, which is wild.
yeah,
That's
it is.
that's great though. I need them to go ahead and put that in place.
Yeah, I don't know when it's going to happen, but hopefully it happens shortly, maybe in the start of the new month or whenever, because it's like, I'm not doing that whole Twitch thing anymore. I'm just, I didn't want to do it in the first place because I didn't already like the way they operated, and then
Yeah.
this, and but then I met an associate who swears by it, was like, yeah, man, this is dope. I like this. This is pretty cool. You should get behind this. And I was like, you know what, that makes sense. Maybe I should try to get behind this. And then they pull this, and it's just like, I don't think I want to do that anymore. So
Yeah,
I'm
I
not gonna.
mean, it's been an ongoing thing over the last 3 or 4 years. It seems like every 6 to 9 months, every 6 to 9 months they come out with a new horrible policy to screw over their product, their creators. Which doesn't I mean, they think it's going to give them more money. But what they have to understand is that the platform doesn't make money. None of them do. YouTube makes no money. YouTube loses money every single year. Has never been profitable. But Google owns it. So Google props it up. It's ridiculous the amount of money they have. And thus, they will continue to prop up the platform because its brand, its notoriety. Amazon doesn't need to be in the streaming business if they want to make money from it because it's not possible. Not without
Yeah.
screwing over every single person that works on your platform.
Yeah, it's I don't see a way for it. It's just yeah, I don't see a way for it to be profitable.
I mean, at least not directly profitable. Like, it's not traditionally, oh, I have this product. I'm going to sell this product at this price, and people will buy it at this price, and it only costs me this much to make. That's not the way it works. You can have stock value and make money that way, the same way Amazon has made money its entire existence. Because Amazon themselves, as a company, isn't profitable. They make money off stock value, same as Twitter, same as most of these large internet companies.
They making their moves, I guess. They're just shifting everybody towards YouTube. Cause what was it? Ninja is like after his contract ends with Twitch, he said he's not streaming on Twitch, which could be like,
Wait, he went back to Twitch?
well, yeah, he went
Because he left Twitch for Mixer, and then Mixer died. And I still want to know if he got to keep all that money, because that's wild. He did?
He did. Yeah.
Bruh, what a career move, bruh. What a
come up.
Bruh, they gave him so much money to be on their platform for 9 months before it died. Like, that's crazy. Wow.
Yeah. It's very ridiculous that happened. But hey, man, I'm not hating him. I wish that happened to me.
Oh, yeah. No, 100%. That's fantastic for him. But last I heard, he was on YouTube. I didn't know he went back to Twitch because, Twitch did that whole thing with his channel because they were salty. They started streaming other people on his channel.
Well, I think the big deal was that I don't think you can multi-stream with YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
So because he couldn't multi-stream with YouTube, you can with Twitch. But how everything's going now, I don't think they're gonna continue to allow people to multi-stream with Twitch anymore after whatever happens.
You can multi-stream on YouTube.
Can you? Well, yeah, this is news to me. I didn't know.
You can. Like, you can stream on both YouTube and Rumble at the same time. Or YouTube and your own platform at the same time, or YouTube and Twitch, whichever it is. You can. It's against their terms of service to tell people to go to another platform to watch your stream. That's against terms of service. Unless I am wrong on that, which I could be, but I think it is allowed. Because I know a lot of people that simul stream.
I mean, like I said, I don't know. I'm not an expert on it. So, if that's the case, then hallelujah. But I don't know. But he was, I mean, I don't know. I haven't watched Ninja in like forever.
Right? I mean, I think I watched one of his streams at like the height of his Fortnite fame for like 10 minutes because I was just curious as to, why. Like, there's people that I watch infrequently. Like, do you know Penguin Zero?
No. That sounds funny.
Right? Homie streams on Twitch. He also has a YouTube channel, and he, does gaming content. He's that really pretty looking dude with really long hair and a beard. If you saw a picture of him, you probably know.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
He does Moist.
As soon as you said that.
Yeah.
Skinny dude.
Yeah.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah, I figured you would. Yeah, him.
I haven't watched his stuff, but I know of him.
Yeah, he's good at what he does, and he's like, from a content standpoint, pretty plain. But homie's got a good voice and a good personality, and that's all it takes. Actually, speaking of him, bruh, he did a playthrough of the entirety of Gollum from beginning to end.
Oh my gosh.
Bruh, it was torture. That game is such trash. Like, it's worse than it even looks. And it looks horrible. Like, I was hoping that, in game, it wouldn't look as bad as the pictures. Because, sometimes pictures come out of a game and then you actually get in it and it's not actually that bad. No, it's worse. It's worse. Like, character models don't even face the correct direction. Sometimes they just float in the air. None of the dialogue makes any sense. Throughout levels, there are invisible checkpoints. So you have to go a certain route, but it doesn't tell you to go that certain route. So if you don't go the route they want you to take and you take a different route, you get to the end of this annoying level and it won't let you continue because it won't trigger the next cutscene.
That's crazy.
Yup. And everything from the graphics to the audio, visual, gameplay, all of it is trash. It's just so bad. In fact, as he was playing, there was one of the levels that they directly like copied and pasted from Warframe. And it's like remember in the first couple of night waves in Warframe when you would have to go in and use your like radar vision and you would have to find clues around a map to solve whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a main game mechanic in the game.
Gollum has radar mechanics now.
Yep. In these specific areas.
That's great. Bro, I had no idea the game was coming. I'm not surprised. Like, who asked for this? I think we had this conversation.
That was my first question when you told me there was a Gollum game. Like, who was this
Who
made for?
asked for this? Like, what human being was like, who would be cool to pay? Who should have a game? Gollum, the main one of the main bad guys of the entire freaking series that everyone hated from beginning to end. Like, there was a brief moment that where you might give a damn, but then you just like, no. You know what I mean? Like, they could have did it. Like, why not do like the history of Legolas or Gimli or Aragon? Maybe they already did it, and I don't know. I don't pay attention to Lord of the Rings games like that, but
Bro, they could have done
why
anything. Anything. Bro, my wife, when I told her it was a thing, that was exactly her first reaction. Was why? What? She was so confused. She was like,
Understandably so.
"What could how is that a game?"
Because people be bored. I'm sorry. Somebody was like, this is fun. I don't know. Maybe it was supposed to release. Maybe something happened within the Lord of the Rings show, and they was just like, okay, let's push this out because it's getting some sort of viewership. We could probably
No,
cash
Gollum.
in, make our money back. It's like you would have made more if you would have just made another, like, wasn't the last the big Lord of the Rings game like a big deal?
Yeah.
Shadows of Mordor. It wasn't it like a great game?
Yeah.
Why not make another one like that? Why not continue?
Most of the Lord of the
aspect
Rings
that?
games are fantastic. Most
I
of them.
played the old ones, the Lord of the Rings, when it was like, the Fellowship of the Ring, the Twin Towers, and Return of the King.
Mhm.
I played those 3 games. I've never played a Lord of the Rings outside of those 3 games. And now, that was a long, back when it was released on super, super old consoles, like the GameCube. That's when I played it on. I played them on the GameCube. And I'm like, those games were fantastic. When I mean 100% completed games, I did that because those games was just that fun. Like, there was no end to how much I was like, I'm gonna go back and smack the heck out of some orcs. But I don't care about playing golf.
Bruh, it is. Remember those early to mid 2000 movie tie-in video games where it's just a cash grab for this hot property, and it's like half made and pretty terrible all the way around, and the game mechanics are what is equatable nowadays to like mobile games, it's 100% that. Like bruh, if I didn't know any better, I would swear to you that this game was made back then for the PS2 and never was released, and they just decided to drop it because it looks so bad. Like it is an assault to my eyes. It's terrible.
Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking. I don't understand what they were thinking with this.
And like, of all the characters, like it's got nothing to do with the TV show. The TV show takes place, what was it, like 1,000 years before Gollum's even born? Well, Smeagol's born, whatever.
Yeah, I don't understand why they did that. That don't make sense to me. That doesn't make sense at all to me why this game was made. But then a lot of things are being done that just don't make sense. Like Twitch. Like why is Twitch doing what they're doing? Don't make no sense. Like Twitch is in the was in a unique position to where they were like YouTube in the sense that there is nothing on this planet that could beat out YouTube as far as a video viewing platform. Nothing.
Yes, they were the king
They
of
were
the
the
streaming
streaming.
game. Yep.
They were the king of streaming. Like a lot of people, like you, a lot of people who I reached out to when I started streaming on YouTube was like, how come you don't stream to Twitch? How come you don't do stream to Twitch? And it was like, well, I don't really. And from the beginning, I was like, I don't like their policies. Their policies is a little bit anti-user. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? Like,
100%.
and it's like a lot of their policies is anti-user. I was like, with YouTube, YouTube isn't much better, but however, Twitch is just like the lesser. Like YouTube is the lesser of the two evils. Like people were like, why don't you go to Kick? And I was like, I really don't want to. The reason why I don't want to go to Kick or Rumble is because I don't want to end up like. I don't want the Mixer situation to happen. Like you get 9 months down the line from Kick, and then be like, oh yeah, you know what? We're ending. And then I got to rebuild the entire platform. Of course, everybody who was on it is probably going to follow you to YouTube, of course, without a doubt. But I was like, no, YouTube ain't going nowhere. So I was like, it was either, and Twitch shouldn't go nowhere. So it should either between Twitch or YouTube, which is why I didn't choose to go stream on Kick or stream on Rumble, because that could happen. I was like, man, look what Mixer. Everybody thought Mixer was going to dethrone Twitch, and then it fumbled.
Oh yeah, that was never going to happen. The only reason why anyone watched Mixer was only because they had an Xbox and Microsoft threw all of their money behind it.
Yeah, which is, I mean, it sucks for everyone who was on it, but however, YouTube is safe. Twitch is safe. There's no end in sight. There's nothing. There's no video service that can come out of nowhere and be like, I'm gonna dethrone it. You know what I'm saying? And YouTube realistically is like the jack of all trades, I guess you can say, and
Yeah.
master of one. Like, think about it when
I mean, I would agree with that on YouTube. Even as much as I like Rumble, and I hope I pray they succeed to the point that it doesn't particularly matter. Like we're having a conversation about YouTube and Rumble the same way we have the conversation about Twitch and YouTube. Because Rumble's policies are so much better than all of the rest of them.
It's going to take time.
Yeah.
Maybe in time, hopefully it will be. But it's just, with YouTube being the jack of all trades, that it is, and it's the master of one, but it does everything. It was like YouTube did. It was like Twitch came out, then next, YouTube, with the live streaming. Then it was what next? TikTok came out, then guess what? YouTube Shorts, and it's a new thing is gonna come out, and then boom,
YouTube's gonna copy it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the biggest advantage to YouTube in particular, is that they have the money and the power of Alphabet behind them. And they can copy anyone. It's just, oh, well, we just add this new feature to the site. And now we have our own version. I mean, I watch a fair amount of shorts content, but I never have had TikTok. I mean, I watched, Vine back in the day. Vine was lit. Vine was great.
lit.
I don't understand why Vine couldn't understand how ads work. Like, that's...
It was before its time, I guess. It was perfect. It was realistically perfect, but they just somebody couldn't figure it out.
Yeah. And then Twitter bought them and just killed the entire service. They like took their video playing software and then killed the whole service. Like, what? I mean, I guess why you would do that as a company, buy a whole nother company just to take one thing and kill it, but at the same time, it's whack. For
It wouldn't
us
have been
humans.
whack if they really implemented everything that Vine was into Twitter.
Oh yeah, that would have been great. The same way that Elon Musk is now trying to turn Twitter into a video platform.
I hope he does.
I
I hope
too.
he does. Like, I don't understand.
100%.
I don't understand. Like, Twitter is like, okay, I'm trying to get this in words right. So how YouTube and Twitch are, that's what Twitter and Facebook is. And it's like, I wish Twitter would just get a live stream. Like, if you could just straight up live stream to Twitter, like from OBS or anywhere, bro, that would be the platform I would go, just because of the fact of how free
Honestly,
Twitter is.
yeah, probably me too.
I
Me
would
too.
100% just stream to Twitter. Like, if it was I mean, you can already upload videos to Twitter, but if it was like, but they need categories to be able to be like, yeah, this is all my videos, these are all my live streams, which is, I guess, is a huge platform evolution if they ever did that shit. But if they did
Yeah.
that to where you was like, okay, cool, here's videos you can upload, boom, and all that, and then you could just all the features that Twitter already has, and then you can already just upload videos up to it and everything like that, and then it's just, yeah, I would almost, I would almost never use anything else, and I would only use the other social medias to spread the word of the fact that I do that on Twitter. And the only negative I have about Twitter is, like, Twitter, if you don't constantly live on it, you die. And that's just like whack to me.
Yeah.
Like, you have to, in order to gain any kind of progress with Twitter, you have to be tweeting. I mean, consistency is always a thing, but it's just like, it just seems a little bit much. A little bit much. Like, I can upload, like, let's say I get 5 good shorts a day, or TikTok videos a day, and then I can upload them to Facebook, Instagram, all my socials, right? And that's enough. But then it's just like, that's not enough for Twitter. It's like, for Twitter, you have to if you want to upload your videos, cool, do that. But then it's just like, yeah, you gotta tweet at least 10 times. And I was like, I don't have 10 things to share with people at all. And it's like, now I have to kick into the ADHD mode and then think of 10 different things and tweet at 10 different times throughout the day, daily, maybe Monday through Friday, take a break on the weekends, of course. But I'm like, bro, I don't even know what to say.
Right?
I don't
Like,
even know what
it's
to say.
not
And then,
it's not like it used to be back in the day. Like when Twitter first dropped. And it was, I mean, it was back in the wild, wild west of the internet. Right at the end of...
It was like Reddit, before Reddit.
Yeah. Yeah, it was wild.
Before rules, it's like,
It was
like, all
the
right,
place
cool.
that you went to get away from Facebook, so that none of your friends and family know the dumb stuff you're saying.
But bro, now I could care less about motherfuckers, what people think of me on Facebook. I just share whatever's funny.
Right, it's wild to me that Twitter went from that and that mindset to the driving factor of most mainstream news. Like half of mainstream news is who tweeted what today.
Because it's just like, it's the only, it's like, I think what killed Facebook like that, because Facebook used to be like that. It used to be like, because you ever just sit on your Facebook and then you see, oh, memories, and then you scroll all the way down to your memories
Mm-hmm.
of like when Facebook became Facebook, when it when it was eating MySpace alive, and you'd be
Yep.
like, why did I say this on Facebook? And it makes no absolute fucking sense to why I was saying this on Facebook, and it's just dumb shit that I was just sharing on Facebook.
Oh yeah.
And then a big part of Twitter, a lot of our generation was using Twitter. Remember, everyone else stuck to Facebook. Facebook people was getting like, oh yeah, you can catch people like this on Facebook, or go to the news page. People was just making. I mean, they still have them, of course, but the only way to really get your news about things was to go to the actual news website, read the newspaper, or watch the news. People don't
Yep.
do that shit no more. So before all that, you know, like you said, we would go to Twitter to be able to like, oh man, you have your grandma, your aunt, your uncles, family members, people that you don't really want to know that you got a wild side. That's what Facebook was. And then
Yep.
older people, when they started to get, which is why, that's what Facebook is, old people land. And it's like you would go in there and you post something that's just you and your friends would last, because it'd be like, oh, all your friends from school, and then you got your family, and then you post something kind of sort of inappropriate for a teenager to be proping, and then like you get two, maybe 4 or 5 comments of your friends laughing at it because they understand your
And then that
humor,
one
and then
family member that's
and then
lecturing you.
yeah, and then it was like you get grandma who just barely knows what the hell she's talking about, or or an older sibling, or an aunt who's tech savvy and hip and everything, and then they lecturing you on why'd you say that. It was like, you shouldn't be doing it, and inappropriate thing. I remember this one instance, but I mean, I still do it, but it's just like I was sharing a bunch of stuff. I think it was probably right around COVID, before COVID and the shutdown. So the internet was crazy. So I just, we had nothing better to do. So we just sat on Facebook and we was just sharing memes, because everyone got into memes. That's when
Yeah.
everything blew up. Everyone was just sharing memes, funny memes, especially about about the presidency, about the lockdown, about what's going to happen during the lockdown. Bro, that meme city. Meme City, it was the best time. I
Bro,
loved it.
2015 to 2021, I'm gonna cap it off at, was the most glorious time for memes.
Bro,
before they started killing them. Because all of them did it. Every social platform started trying to kill memes as much as possible.
It got weird when things that shouldn't have been adopting memes to stay hip started adopting memes, like news. When the news people, like, it's good, I guess, in the idea of their social media platform, but it's just like, why the hell is the major news station sharing their adopted version of a funny, hilarious meme? And it's just like, bro, like, is that clever? Yes, but no. You remember every I think it was I think it was when Trump it was around 2015. Every year around January, somebody would post, it was like a calendar, and it would be like, this month's trending meme. Remember that?
Yes.
And it
the
would be
meme of the month.
Meme of the month. And every month it was about until 2021, because when I stopped seeing it, every month it would be a new, someone will upload that same picture with February, this is the thing, March, this was the trending meme, and that was the thing. And then just that went away. Like, or maybe I'm not following people who still do it, but it was like everyone did it. It was like, okay, you could run into somebody who was like, all right, this is the trending meme for this month. And it was funny. It was funny. It was hilarious. It was like, but yeah, Facebook, I don't know. It's just the blending of the tides. But I really wish Twitter would update its game to where it's like, it's not so bland. Well, it's not bland. It's just more like you can live stream. Like, I don't understand what's holding them back for that. I wish Elon somebody.
They've got to change their whole back end, because that's what holds every company back, is their back end. I've worked for companies that had amazing back ends, yet gave terrible customer service, Almost everything at Comcast could be fixed from the back end. It was rare that I ever had to send a technician for anything, but their customer service was garbage. And there's other companies I worked for gave great customer service, but their back end was trash, and I had to send a technician for everything because you couldn't do anything. You could look and see what's going on, but there was nothing you could do to fix it. For every company, it's it's the back end. They've got to build out the software to actually have the thing that they want to work implemented. But at the same time, like, as we're talking about this, I'm thinking back to the MySpace Facebook war days. Like, I remember in English class, we were having debates, and it was Facebook versus MySpace was the one that I had to participate in. And it was a heated debate. The as far as voting for who won, it all depended on just which one you used. I think Facebook ended up winning because Facebook was the new hotness.
It's always the new hotness. That's
Yeah.
what it is. Like, yeah, man, we wanna. Facebook is the wave, and it was just like, I don't know, man. It's not that I didn't like Facebook or didn't like MySpace. I was like, bro, MySpace let me do everything I wanted to do at any given time I wanted to do it.
Yes, the fact that we all turned our backs on MySpace is a crying shame because they allowed you to do anything. Right, your MySpace page was the coolest place. Spend hours customizing my MySpace page, bro.
Looking up all the good songs. This is what you're gonna listen to when you come listen to mood.
Right? Bro, I had a custom cursor. When you came to my MySpace page, your cursor turned from whatever you had to a crosshair. And when you clicked on my MySpace page, it would put a bullet hole in whatever you were clicking on.
I've seen those things like that.
Bro, it modded to the max, bro. It was great. But we've become so comfortable now with websites just being there and existing. But like back in the day, like a website would be there and be super popular, and then like a year later it doesn't exist. Or it's barely relevant. Like Newgrounds. Newgrounds was the greatest website ever.
The wildest website.
Wildest website ever. You could find anything you wanted on Newgrounds. Any type of game you wanted to play, any kind of video you wanted to watch. It was heaven for the internet. And then died. Other things came up and took its place. Like, why would you upload your video to Newgrounds when YouTube now exists? And YouTube will pay you. And then so many games simply had to be deleted when Java no longer was a thing because they all ran on Java. And Java is not safe, and so everyone got rid of it. Like right now I'm scrolling through the Newgrounds website.
It's still there.
Oh yeah, it's still there. It's been here. Like it's here. It's just it might as well not exist as far as its relevance to the world. Same thing for MySpace. Bro, you can go right now. You can go right now to your MySpace and log in with your old login if you happen to remember it. It's not the website it used to be. It's a music website now. Has been for years. And I don't even know a band that posts to MySpace. Let's see. Yeah. They just got a bunch of old albums. Wow, old albums. New releases. Okay. They got an album from Kirk Franklin, which I don't even know, when did this album come out? 2015.
Kurt Franklin.
2015 is under their recent releases on MySpace. So you can go there. It's just to the point of complete irrelevance.
Bro, did you ever finish Trigun?
No. No, I didn't. You know what? On Monday, when I hopped on, I was like, "Oh yeah, I should probably." When you told me you finished it, I was like, "I should probably finish it," and then I didn't because I had other things
Bro,
to
I
do.
didn't watch it. Like I didn't give it 100% of my attention. It was background noise, and I just focused 100% on it. Like the kids went to bed. The wife she was doing her own thing, and then I was like, okay, I got nothing going on, and I'm up by myself, and I was playing Diablo. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna put this on in the background and just listen to it. And then every now and again, it'd do something that was like it caught my attention. So I'll be like, all right, I'll stop, find a safe spot, and then I'll stop and I'll look and I'll watch. But 90% of it was just background noise. 100% background noise. Like it could have been better. It should have been better. Not could have been. It should have been 100%. It should have been better, but it wasn't. So it is what it is. I'm invested because I want to see how they finish it, but I am not gonna lose any sleep if it never comes out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. It's not like Gangsta, which I'm still to this day, and sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night just.
In a cold sweat,
Dang it! There's no new Gangsta.
bro. That's how I feel about a lot of animes, but like I don't understand like why there hasn't been another Black Lagoon. And then I'm kind of scared for them to release another Black Lagoon because I really, really don't like the way anime is nowadays. Like
Yes.
there's like maybe because of my maturity when it comes to anime, but now anime nowadays just seems like what everyone in high school used to tease anime about. You know what I'm saying?
Right?
Like
It's
like
the thing
now
that
it
you used
just
to
seems
make
like
fun of it as, and it's just
yes.
become it.
And that's just like, and it's not saying like those types of animes didn't exist. No, like Golden Boy was a thing in the 90s.
My
Like
first anime, Golden Boy.
was wild. It's
Wow.
literally
It was
it's
great.
an obscene anime about a pervert, and it's just
Yep.
like, but however, there's still a story. It's a good story, but
And
it's
it's
just
funny.
about a wild ass dude. So I mean, which is really crazy. And but it just seems like every mainstream anime that should be good is just pervert city. And it's like, when are you gonna release an anime that's like deep? Like I mean, they are, and because of the technology, it's just taking a very long time to release more. Like Chainsaw Man. I mean, Chainsaw Man is wild, brother. Have you watched it yet?
Yeah, we watched it together.
We did.
Yeah.
I really don't remember watching Chainsaw Man with you.
Bro, all the time you don't remember that we watched some animes together, and then you swear we watched animes together that I've never seen.
Bro, that my mind is bad, dude. My mind be bad. If we watched it, I mean, I love Chainsaw Man, like Jujutsu Kaisen. Oh my god, that anime is lit. That's probably my most favorite anime out now. Like there is, like I'm being real with you personally. If Overlord and Jujutsu Kaisen release the same time, I'm watching both, but I'm probably way more excited about Jujutsu Kaisen. Mostly because
Wow.
it's new. It's no hatred towards Overlord. I know what to
Oh,
expect.
I know, bro. I know.
And I know what to expect. I know I'm going in and I'm gonna get something juicy. But with
Yeah.
Jujutsu Kaisen, it's new. You know, Overlord is what? So it would be season 4 if we whenever it drops. You know, in 2020 99. So
Yes.
so whenever Overlord drops, I know it's good. I know it's gonna be a 9 out of 10 or
Well,
10
that's
out of
the
10.
thing. Like, I mean, okay. We always
Okay,
save Overlord to last for a reason.
because it's good.
Because you save the thing that's going to be great to last so that you get disappointed and then you get
That's why you eat
greatness.
your fries first.
Exactly.
That's why you eat your
Exactly.
fries first. So
Depending
you
on
can
the
eat and
fries.
enjoy that fucking burger, bro. Regardless of the fries, I'm just saying, if I order a steak and fries or a burger and fries or some ribs and fries or whatever, a side, I eat the side first because man, I want the last taste to be whatever liquid I'm drinking with it to be washing down that goodness of whatever main course I'm eating. And that's what Overlord is. It's a main course. But Jujutsu Kaisen is bomb, bro. It's like, bro, I love it. It's such a good story, and I really can't wait for everything because, bro, next month is wild. So many things are starting up next month. That's just I can't wait for. Like we get in the Black Clover movie. That's like I think that's like July 2nd.
I am stoked for that.
Jujutsu Kaisen, that's coming like July 6th. I understand that the first part of season 2 of Records of Ragnarok wasn't as good as season 1 as Records of Ragnarok, but I'm really
Nowhere
looking forward to
close.
the next part. I'm really looking forward to the next part because I'm ready to see what the hell Buddha does. Like this was I would have never expected Buddha to do what Buddha did, but damn, gods do what they want. So I'm looking forward to seeing who he fights because I know they mad at him. But what you gonna do? Buddha does what Buddha wants.
I mean, I just hope it's good. I just hope it's good.
Me too.
Because that first half of season 2 was lacking.
It
sorely.
was very much lacking. I
Like,
think,
why
and then
did we
that's
need
just the problem.
5 episodes on Jack the Ripper? And
I don't know.
only like a tenth of it was actually fights. Like the best part of season 1 was the fight was the main thing, and it gave slight flashbacks for the story. Instead, they went to the thing that bad animes do, where you have a fight going on and you spend 90% of the time in flashbacks
Well, if you go
about
back,
something I don't care
if you go
about.
back, right? If you go back to watching season 1, because I've watched season 1 a million times, I promise you, that's background noise for me. That's how much I watch it.
Well, I know.
Season 1, each fight was 3 to 4 episodes because it was a 12-episode anime. It was like 3 to 4 episodes. Like there was an episode where you got a backstory about the god. Then there was an episode where you got the backstory about the human, the hero, and
Mhm.
then in between there'll be this like there's an episode where it's like half and half, or half fight and half that, and it's just like it was very back and it was very it's very story driven, like hero based. Like this is your hero, this is your
Yes.
champion, this is their champion. However, leading with the Jack the Ripper fight was bad.
And
I
it
think
was
if they-
5 episodes.
I
It
think
was
if-
so long.
It was for because I was actually more interested. That's what killed it. Realistically, that's what 100% killed the momentum leading into it. Because if you were like every fight in
I don't even remember who he fought. Hercules?
he fought Hercules
Okay.
because that's Goku, the guy who voiced Goku,
Yeah.
played her. He voiced Hercules. Won't forget that. He fought Hercules, and then the next fight was I don't even remember the next fight.
Bro, I don't remember either.
I know was it only 2 fights?
Yeah, there were only 2 fights.
Okay,
and not 3.
okay. I'm thinking 3. I thought it was one in the middle, but because the last one was Shiva and Rengoku.
Yeah, that's right. Shiva.
That was a good fight.
I mean, it was
Like if they would have led with that, it would have been way better.
I feel like their execution was just bad. Like it was boring. I was bored. I didn't care.
That was because
They-
of the first 5 fights. Like
They-
not like if the first 5 episodes, if you would have taken that last fight between Shiva and Rengoku and put it before the Jack the Ripper and Hercules fight, you would have had a different energy going into that fight because that fight was lit, dude. The way they was going back and forth, because the fight only lasted 2 episodes because you had half. They dedicated like
Nah.
most of one episode to Shiva to give us Shiva's backstory, and then they didn't really go that much deep. Well, they did Rengoku stuff, but it didn't last nowhere near as long as their explanation of Shiva. Like his was like he was a kid whose muscles was just 10 times too strong for his body, and then he learned to master it, and then he became the greatest sumo wrestler of his time or whatever he was. And then it was just like And that was it. And then they fought, and then he lost, and then it was like they
Bro,
spent
the
most of
fight
the
was
time
5
on
episodes. Both
the
fights were
Shiva
5.
fight.
Yeah, both fights were 5 episodes.
Bro, I don't even remember that. That Shiva fight felt like it was super short to me. I enjoyed the Shiva fight. I think
Yeah,
if
it
it would
was
have came
Raiden
first, like
versus Shiva.
if they would have, who was it? I said Rengoku.
Yeah, it's Raiden.
Raiden. Okay, I don't know why I'm thinking of Demon Slayer. That's why. But no, if they would have led with that fight, it would have probably been a lot more received. But then that Hercules and then Shiva fight, not Shiva, Hercules and Jack the Ripper fight would have been like a killer to the ending of it. Because I like the way it ended. I like the way after. I think it was in between when the gods was like he walking around looking for a fight, and then they found Buddha, and then it was like Loki versus Buddha, and it was all gonna kill, and then Sanjiki and then the other humans that were there were gonna, fight with them. And I was like,
Mhm.
man, that's pretty balling. I thought the side bit was pretty cool. And that's what this could have been. They could have been a bunch of side bits. Like I felt like if they would have gave us the one fight and then led with a bunch of everything that's happening around the arena
Mhm.
outside of the fighting, that would have been cool. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna take an intermission, and then it would just showed a bunch of people, side things that was happening for the rest of the season, and then it would have ended with the second part would have ended with um maybe Hercules versus fucking what was it, Jack the Ripper. If that would have been like the ending, like kind of like how it was with season 1, but it would have been like, okay, they would have took the ending of season 1 and made it the ending of season 2. The beginning was Shiva versus Raiden, and then they would have had the rest of the season was them doing that, and then we would have got the Buddha thing or whatever. I don't know. We'll see when part
I
2 comes out.
I definitely think it would have been a lot better if they would have cut it back to the same way as first season, where each episode, each fight was, what was it, 4 episodes?
Yeah, because it was 12-episode anime.
Yeah.
And the first fight wasn't even 4. It was 3 episodes because the whole
No,
first
yeah,
episode
the first fight was
was 3 episodes because the whole first episode was they do. I don't think there
yes.
was any fighting in the first episode. I think the
Correct.
whole
The first episode was the introduction. Then it was
yeah
3 episodes for the first fight. Then the next fight was
Adam and Zeus.
yeah, okay. So the whole thing was 3 episode fight. I thought that was right. They did
The Adam and
backstory on
Zeus fight
one,
was
backstory
ridiculous,
on the
though.
other, and then all fight for the third one.
I mean, it was such a mismatch. And that's this and I think that's a big problem that happened with the Hercules and the Jack the Ripper fight. That was such a mismatch of a fight that it was boring to watch. In a sense of the way, because think about it, when it was
Yes.
Thor versus Lu Bu, they had a similar fighting style. Those two literally were they walk on the scene, they
Opposites.
kill everybody with a single swipe, and then they walk away because there's no one left to fight them. Both of them were like that, and then that was the whole allure of it. Both of those fighters have now found someone who could stand up to their awesome might. Never happened before. And then same with Zeus versus Adam. Zeus versus Adam, it was more like they were even matched because everything Zeus could do, Adam could do. And then when it came to Sasuke and Poseidon, which is my favorite fight of them all, that Zeus and Adam
Yeah,
fight
that was a
the
great
most
fight.
entertaining.
That was a great fight. Like Zeus
But
and Adam is
Sasuke,
probably my favorite, but
yes,
oh.
that was the most entertaining fight of season 1. The first fight, Lu Bu versus Thor, was shocking. It was just starstruck. That was just starstruck. Like that was a bang out fight. I love that fight because they ended it like nothing. It was like 3. They did literally 3 moves, both of them, and it was over. And then it was like Adam Zeus was a bang out fight. That one was amazing. I could always rewatch that fight. And then you got Sasuke and Poseidon, which was like one is one everyone. I was like everyone probably thought that was going to be an L, but I mean the way Sasuke just flipped the script and was like, yeah, just
You keep saying Sasuke.
that's his name,
It's Kojiro.
Kojiro Sasuke.
Oh, is that his last name?
Yeah, when they were chanting,
Oh,
they
I
would go.
see.
"Kage."
I see. Yeah,
Yeah,
my bad.
yeah,
My
yeah.
bad.
I say Sasaki because there's a part in there to where like one of the guys that with the scar on his forehead, he kept calling his name like so stupid, like Sasaki, like crying and shit, which is stuck in my head. So I just call him Sasaki because of that, because the fact that he's just because of that. But that fight was amazing. The way they ended it was beautiful. It was so poetic and beautiful
Yeah,
that
all three fights were amazing in season 1, and then both fights in season 2 were. Ugh,
it didn't share the energy.
it didn't.
Like
It didn't. It
it
didn't
didn't share
carry.
it. Like I 100% say the second fight between Shiva and Ryzen would have been better if it started first, because they had similar fighting styles. Their fighting style was pure overpowering of the enemy. That's what their fighting style was. They went back to similar fighting styles after getting us that slow cat and mouse game that they did with Hercules and I keep forgetting Jack the Ripper. Keep
Bro,
wanting to say
that
something different.
it's annoying. That fight is annoying specifically because they gave Jack the Ripper a cheat code. And like straight up, like they didn't even hide that was, oh yeah, anything and everything he touches becomes an immortal weapon. So if he throws a stone at him and it hits him, it'll kill him. Like it's so.
I mean, they all had cheat codes if you want to be realistic. But his was a cheat code.
Bro,
I
that
get
was
what
a
you're saying.
cheat code. Like that's literally going in,
get what you're
typing in
saying.
God mode, or just type in /kill in the server and you kill every. Like it was, bro.
They had to do something. They had to do
But
something.
it wasn't. It took it from being a fight to being a farce. Because it doesn't matter what Hercules would have done at that point.
I think that was the writer's goal. In a sense, remember I feel like up until that point, we were clearly rooting for the humans to win, for the heroes to win, clearly, without a doubt. But then in that fight, because they chose such a despicable human, and then and then on top of that, his whatchamacallit was the worst of the worst, the worst of the worst. And then they chose a hero they know for a fact every viewer who's watching loves. Everyone loves Hercules. There's no reason not to like Hercules. But then it's like there's a million and one reasons not to like freaking Jack the Ripper. And then they did it, and then they tried to sell. Maybe you should give a fuck about his life because he was, a troubled kid. No,
Nope.
and that's the narrative they try. I think that's what and that whole piece was bad. If they would have got somebody who could go toe to toe, like if it was Ryzen versus Hercules, that probably would have been a crazier match. Even though I still stick by the Shiva and Ryzen fight, if they would have just put that first or had a better matchup for Hercules, then it probably would have been better. I still think it was balling though. I mean, it was good, but it just wasn't. It didn't live up to the hype of season 1.
I honestly, bro, if season 2 took the place of season 1 and season 1 took the place of season 2, I would not watch season 2.
You
Like
tripping,
if
though, 'cause I would.
bro,
I'd be like, watch it with me if that was the case, bro. Because as much as we love season 1, and I get it, that would have been a horrible lead for the show. I'd have to force you to watch it with me, because if season 1 was season 2, and I get how bad season 1 was,
well,
but
no, look, that would be one of the greatest comeback stories ever.
right?
Instead,
like,
it went
"Bro,
the
you gotta watch
opposite,
this."
like most of them have been doing.
Yeah, I don't understand why a lot of games. I mean, a lot of what you call it? A lot of anime has been super lackluster with the season 2, and I think just because they have died out. Like they go too hard with season 1 and don't know how to follow it up. And I mean, I think they're just, the mangas are books, and the books are like different stories or different narratives are being told from the stories, and it's just That's the only way I can possibly think about it. It's like the books are completely like they're like the first 3 fights was one book and the narrative was driven for that book. And then the second fights that we got was a different narrative that they was trying to bring home. And then we just like aren't catching the narrative because we're so hooked on book one, we're not getting book two. Maybe we will, and then we would probably, and this is why you shouldn't release shit like this in seasons, in parts. If you're going to do a whole thing, I feel like what was stopping them from just being like, all right, cool. I would have waited until now to get all of season 2 and not part 1, because if I was like, I didn't like season 2 and I don't want to watch it no more, then they would have been stuck. They would have been lost because it was such a lackluster thing. But I'm gonna watch part 2 because I need to figure out the full narrative that they was trying to drive home with this season, because I don't understand it. Like you didn't understand it because season 1 was amazing, but
I mean, I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it. It's not really a question. I'm going to watch it. I just don't have hope.
I mean, that's how I feel, unfortunately, with Shield Hero. I don't have hope for season 3.
Nope. Bruh, I could care less. When it drops, we might watch it when it fully drops, so we can just binge it in a day. No hope. That season 2 was trash. It shouldn't have existed. That entire season is cut content. Like, Andy News, and he does, here's the stuff they didn't add in because it wasn't that important. That was the entire season. That entire season was cut content. Like, they could have browsed right on over it and told that entire story in flashbacks.
Episodes?
I gotta really hope not. I think it was 12. Hold on.
I think it was 24 episodes.
13.
13. See?
Yeah, 13 episodes.
I don't know what was season 1. Was season 1?
Season 1 was 25 episodes.
See, that's the problem. They could. It probably would have been better with an extra 12 episodes. You said season 1. Shield Hero was 25. Yeah, I'm gonna go on the end of saying that if they added 12 more episodes to that season 2, it would have been better.
Yes, anything would have been better. But yes, if they would have done exactly that, if they would have added 10 more episodes, 12 more episodes to the end of it, because the story they gave us was not worth a season. Well, it was worth maybe a 3-episode arc in the middle.
Not even just adding to the end of it. More or less stretching everything they did out over the course of...
Oh, please, no.
The big problem with a lot of that crap in season 2, was what the hell was going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like, what are they doing? Are you still fighting the turtle? No, we're trying to get the other legendary heroes or whatever to do this. I feel like it was stuffed into 12. It was stuffed into 13 episodes with the,
I agree, but at the same time, bro, they could have cut more stuff out. Like, honestly, they honestly could have cut way more out of what they showed us and literally done a 3-episode arc. They got there, middle episode where they figure stuff out, end where it ends, and then move on with the rest of the story.
You're right. It could have been a movie.
It could have 100% been a movie. Yes.
It could have been like, this is a little side movie.
That should have been an in-between seasons movie.
Yeah, that's exactly what it do to fix all that. It should have been a movie, and season 2 should have been 24 episodes of him trying to fix the stuff in their normal world.
Yeah, because then it would have been like
universe or whatever seemed pointless.
Then it would have been like, oh, okay, cool. It would have been just like a Goblin Slayer's movie, where the movie didn't have near as much as what happened in season 1, wasn't as good as season 1, but the movie was great because it was. And I'm saying the movie was great because it was a movie. Like, if that was stretched into an entire season, I would feel kind of lacking.
Yeah, they should have 100%, in my opinion, made that a movie. Really, I really want to get you into Demon Slayer. I know you say it was slow and it wasn't catching you, but that's gotta be the most greatest anime right now. That's got something coming out on right now because it's about to end. It's got to be the number one anime that's about to end.
I I do need to take the time to watch it. You know what? The wife wants to watch it too. I'll put it down as our next anime we watch. And
It's
that
pretty
way we can
balling,
actually
bro.
watch it.
It's
Yeah,
pretty balling in the
I
sense that
watched
there's like
90% of season 1.
season one is the problem with season one. It is very slow. Like it doesn't get good until the very ending of it, and that's ass because it's like it does the whole training thing. It's the whole training bit.
Yeah,
And
I
then,
quit watching it after what was it, the 3rd episode, and then you were like, skip the training because the train. You know, most of the time in anime, training is one of the most lit parts of the anime. It was so
not in the show.
boring.
Not
No,
in the
it was
show.
so boring in that show.
It's not, and I'm telling you this now. Like it's on. We're doing season 3.
No, I'm
Season
not
3
rewatching the training. Like I will skip it
it's
just like
100%.
last time.
You could skip all the training. Like if I could go through and then of each season of
It's
not
just like when I
season,
watch
this-
Naruto and I skip all the filler.
season 2 has training in it. It has training episodes in the beginning. There's a bit in there's like they're not necessarily. So the weird part about Demon Slayer is there are seasons, like this is season 3 right now that's out, but then it's like a little, I think the little bit in between, like there's movies. I think there's like 2 movies, which is the ballin' shit ever, bro. Their movies are they're like one of the top tier anime movies of all time. Like Demon Slayer movies are the bomb. They are deep, some of the best fighting, some
Better
of the
than
best
Dragon Ball
visuals.
movies.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah, no, because it's a really, really, really balling ass freaking
Are they canon?
the movies. Yeah. See, so how
Okay.
they do it? You'll get season 1.
That already
You
puts
get
them a tier above everybody else.
Yeah, you'll get a season, and then a movie will come, and then after the movie's done, you'll get another season, and another movie will come, and then you'll get another season, or you get another movie will come. I think they have 2 movies out. No, they have.
Right, it's so
It's-
annoying that the My Hero Academia movies weren't canon.
They
'Cause
should have
they're-
been.
Both amazing. All of them were amazing. Like and like literally, it would only take a retcon at the end, like when Bakugo and Little Crybaby shared One for All. Like they could have just been, the ending of it was Bakugo gives it back and is like, nah, this isn't for me. I'm a rise with my own power. Like it's simple.
How the hell you give it back? I would have never give it back. I just wouldn't use it. It'd be tucked away on a rainy day.
But I'm just saying, like, that's some BS you can pull as a writer to, retcon the thing you just did. But it's still canon. It still happened. Because
How'd
that
they
fight,
do it?
that fight was
I don't know.
amazing.
It was amazing. I don't get why they thought they didn't have to make that. Should be the wave nowadays. The wave should be a movie. I don't understand why no one's doing that. It's a lot more as like you okay, we're gonna push a movie in a special theater and key locations to get movie theater money, and then if you want to buy it, yeah, I mean no one has to because it's gonna be free. But if like, oh, you want to see it early, yeah, pay some money. Like at that point, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, when The Chosen released, they released the first 2 episodes of season 3 in theaters, and I went and saw them twice.
The Chosen.
Yeah.
What is that?
It's a TV show. Based off of, well, I guess you could, the most accurate description of it is Christian fan fiction. It's based off of the Gospels, but it focuses more on the disciples and the people around Jesus rather than Jesus himself, because that story's been done to death a million times. Legitimately amazing. There's also a new movie. What's it called? What is it called? Sound of Freedom is the name of it. It's based off of a true story. A homie was he raids pedophile rings and rescues children. And it's so good that the same studio that makes the Chosen made it, and it had so much backing from being free and able to view it that people invested money in to actually get a theatrical release for it.
But they should do that. Like I don't like that. Speaking of, you bring up Dragon Ball Z, I don't like the fact that Dragon Ball Z released their movies and then they're gonna turn around and the first season is just the TV version of the movie. I think that's cancer. Because there's two movies of Dragon Ball Z that has released since the ending of the actual show. The last 84 episodes that were really 80, it was like 80 something, the last 80 something, the last first season of series of Super. Like there's the Broly movie and then there's the Gohan movie. I don't want to see season 1 and 2 or season 1 be cut into 2 arcs of those movies. I don't want to see that. Like I don't care to watch like I've already watched those movies. I don't want to see the TV version because they did that with the first Super movie. The first Super movie was them rehashing, oh, guess what? Frieza's returned. Goku and Vegeta, they check out the new Super Saiyan form that they got, and then they just made it into the TV version. Well, I gotta wait week after week after week to watch a TV show of something that I've already seen in movie form. It's like I've already seen this. I paid to go see this. I don't want to have to go pay. Well, it's not I'm paying. I don't want to wait weekly of a new, the TV version of this movie I watched. And then
How much
But
more
no,
is
bro.
in the TV version?
not it's not even like it's more. It's more or less they fluff a little bit. Of course,
Gotcha.
as they always do. You might get an episode of this is some downtime that we've been doing.
So
You know
it's
what I'm
like
saying?
Berserk versus the 3 Berserk movies.
No, I thought Berserk TV show was perfect. Have you watched like the original?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, bro, I've probably seen that anime more times than I've seen any other anime. Like as far as time, well,
Yeah.
except for Overlord. But I've seen
seen
the original TV show about 12 times altogether from beginning to end because it's Zetch's favorite anime.
Bro, I think Berserk, the anime is perfect. There's the movies, perfect. I have no negatives about the movies, about the anime. Berserk is perfect to me, personally, to me. The only other show that
The-
is more perfect than Berserk is not Hunter x Hunter. There is Berserk to me is perfect. That's just what I gotta say. But however,
The
it's just
ending of the movies was way better than the ending of the TV show.
yes too because the movies came after the TV show. That's the
Yes.
only, so they had some time
Yes.
to rewrite a little bit of they was like that's a little bit of a weak strand. Let's clear that up. So I'm fine with that. Even the season that came after all this, the one that came out in 2019 or whatever it was that we watched,
Yes.
the 3D animated, that was a good shit. I don't know
It
why they have
wasn't bad.
it wasn't nitty gritty like the other ones, but I didn't really need it to be nitty gritty. I wanted the story to continue in the way that it was going. I needed to see what happened to
Yes.
Guts, what's going to happen I want to see what finally happens when he meets him again and it's like it's on site. That's what I want to see. I want to see the wrapping of the story.
Absolutely.
But as far as when it comes to like Dragon Ball Z, like the only thing that I would say this in the TV version that's better is how they show Vegeta getting the Super Saiyan Blue. That's like perfect because in the show they did it one way, and then in the TV in the movie they did it one way. They was like, oh, they did it. They just show him go it. In the show, they show him get it, and then they show him go it. And the way he does it was like it was just way more cool. Like I don't know why the way they did it in the TV show wasn't in the way they did it in the movie. I guess they saw it and was like, okay, let's tidy this up.
and that's fine. But like I said, the way the movie did it was perfect. It was okay. It was fine the way the movie did it. However, it was bonus the way they did it in the TV show. And then, of course, the TV shows, they got to fluff it. They got to add things that you really don't care about in TV shows. And I don't want them to do that with the next two movies, because the next two movies were the Broly movie is probably the best Dragon Ball Z movie of all time, in my opinion. I don't think there'll ever be. That movie was I think it was like 2 hours long of pure fighting. Pure fighting. They gave the story in the very beginning. It was like 30 minutes of story, and the rest of the movie is just Saiyan warfare. The entire rest of the movie. The Gohan movie is not like that. There's a lot more story. It's a lot more story driven. And I don't give a damn about Dragon Ball Z's story enough to want to. I watch Dragon Ball Z because the fights are cool.
Yeah.
But Demon Slayer, bro, the story that they give you in Demon Slayer is fucking amazing. The fights are amazing. They took this dude is Deku in the sense that this guy is a big ass crybaby, but not in the sense that where he's always like, he has a very big heart, but he even like, why are you giving a damn about the bad guy? He be giving a fuck about the bad guy. As he's whooping the bad guy, as he's fighting the bad guy, he be giving a damn about the bad guy. And I'd be like, why though? Just kill this nigga. Who cares? The growth of Tanjiro in Demon Slayer is amazing. How fast he gets stronger. He improves with his sword skill. Almost as like, he's like, it seems like the bad guy can't do anything twice to him, because once he sees it, that's it. He knows it, and then they ain't doing it to him again. It's really good. It's a good story. It's a real good story and anime, and the fights, I really like it because of the fights. The fights are really dope. The movie was really dope, dude. This is probably one of the greatest movies. Like the Mugen, bro. That's why Rengoku hurt me.